Hi everyone, welcome once again to Learn Mathematics. This is your maths teacher Rekha Chabra. Students, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe this channel and post your comments after watching the complete video. So we have completed chapter number 6, application of derivatives, and today let's do a quick recap of all the topics that we have covered in this chapter. So first of all, the most important thing is chain rule. If two variables x and y are varying with respect to another variable t, so we can apply this chain rule for finding the derivative of y with respect to x. A function f is said to be increasing in some interval a to b if x1 is less than x2 in this interval, then fx1 is less than equal to fx2. And if x1 is less than x2 and fx1 is greater than equal to fx2, then it means it is a decreasing function. The equation of tangent at any point to the curve is y minus y1 or y0 is equal to slope into x minus x1 or x0, whatever the point is. If dy by dx does not exist at the point x0, y0, then the tangent at this point is parallel to y-axis and the equation will be x equal to x0. If the tangent to a curve at x equal to x0 is parallel to x-axis, then definitely derivative is equal to 0. Equation of the normal to the curve y equal to fx at a point x0, y0 is given by y minus y0 is equal to slope of normal into x minus x0. If dy by dx at the point x0, y0 is 0, then equation of normal is x equal to x0. And if this derivative does not exist, then the normal is parallel to x-axis and its equation is y equal to y0. A point C in the domain of a function f at which either f dash c is equal to 0 or f is not differentiable is called a critical point. First derivative test says that we calculate first derivative and we find the critical points. We plot those points on the number line and we check the signs. And if this derivative changes sign from positive to negative as x increases, then it means it's a point of local maxima. And if it changes sign from negative to positive, it is a point of local minima. And if it does not change sign, it means it's a point of inflection. Second derivative test says we have to find out first and second derivative both. We have to find out critical point by equating the first derivative with 0. Then we have to check second derivative at those critical points. If second derivative is less than 0, it's a point of local maxima. If it is greater than 0, it's a point of local minima. If second derivative is also equal to 0, then it's a point of inflection, or we can't say at this point of time. So here are some working rules which are very helpful and useful for solving the questions based on maxima and minima. Now let's discuss few questions. If y is equal to 2 power x, then what is the value of dy by dx? Here what we have to do, students, we have to take log to both sides and then we have to differentiate. So the answer will be 2 power x log x, or you can learn this thing as an identity. Y is equal to a power x, then derivative will be a power x into log a. If y is equal to tan inverse 1 minus cos x upon sin x, then what is the value of derivative? Here what can we do? We can use the properties in numerator and denominator. It will be 2 sin square x by 2 and sin x can be written as 2 sin x by 2 cos x by 2. So this will be cancelled and what we are getting tan x by 2. Now tan and tan inverse cancel and now we are getting x by 2. If we take derivative now, so the answer is 1 by 2. Third question, if y is equal to sin inverse 3x minus 4x cube, then what is the derivative? Here students, it's clearly visible if we assume x as sin theta. So this will become the property of sine 3 theta, and the answer will be 3 theta only. What is theta? Sine inverse x, because we assumed x as sine theta. And now differentiate, and what is the value of sine inverse x derivative? So the derivative is 1 upon under root 1 minus x squared. So the final answer is this. This is just a hint given to you. The function fx is what? Strictly decreasing, strictly increasing, increasing in specific interval and decreasing in this interval, or none of these. So what we have to do, we have to take first derivative. Now this quantity is definitely greater than 0 because whole square, then plus something, and then into 3. So it is strictly increasing on r. Next, this function is what? Again take the derivative. Now students, look at this thing. This is whole square. So the least value of this bracket is 0, right? So if this is 0, entire thing will become 0, right? Or otherwise, if it is not 0, if it is positive, so then again we have one minus sign outside. So the complete value will become negative. So it means we can say it is less than equal to 0. So it is decreasing on our. The function this is decreasing for which interval? We have to check. So find the first derivative, find the critical points, plot on the number line, check the signs. In this interval 1, 2, 3 we have negative sign. So it means it is decreasing in this interval 1, 2, 3. Correct answer is this first. This function is strictly increasing in what? So f dash x, the derivative is this. Now we have to check for strictly increasing. So f dash x should be greater than 0. It means x should be greater than 0 and 2 minus x is also greater than 0. So fx is increasing in the open interval 0 to 2. This is the right answer. The least value of k for which this is increasing on 1, 2. So least value, first of all, again we have to take first derivative, we have to talk about minimum value. Now x should be somewhere between 1 to 2. Now multiply with 2 all the terms and then add k. So what are we getting? F dash x should be greater than 2 plus k and less than 4 plus k. So fx is increasing when 2x plus k is greater than equal to 0. It means 2 plus k is greater than equal to 0 and k should be greater than equal to minus 2. So the correct value, correct answer is first one. Now fx is equal to mod of x has what? So students, there is nothing to explain. We know very well the graph of modulus, and we know very well that what is the minimum value of this modulus x. It is 0. So it has minima at x equal to 0. Two curves are said to be orthogonal curves if the product of their slopes is what? It's minus 1. It's very much sure. We know very well if two curves are orthogonal, it means if we draw tangents at those curves at a particular point, then they will be perpendicular to each other. And if they are perpendicular to each other, it means their products of their slopes will be minus 1. If x is greater than 0 and xy equal to 1, then minimum value of x plus y is what? Xy is 1, y equal to 1 by x. Now we have to find sum x plus y. It is x plus 1 upon x. Now we can differentiate. We have to talk about minimum value. So ds by dx. Then we have to find the double derivative. Find the critical points. X equal to plus minus 1. Check at both the points. At x equal to minus 1, we are getting double derivative as minus 2, which is negative less than 0. So it's a point of local maxima. And at 1 we are getting the value of double derivative is 2, which is greater than 0. So it's a point of local minima, right? So s is minimum at x equal to 1, and minimum value of s you can now very well calculate, that is 1 plus 1, which is 2. The minimum value of this function, students, no need to explain. I think you can do it very well yourself. What is the problem here? Nothing. First derivative, second derivative, check the value, find the value and give the answer. Question number 13, the minimum value. Again, same way, you can find first derivative, second derivative, equate with 0, find the critical point and put the value in the second derivative and check we are getting greater than 0. It's a point of local minima, and then minimum value we have at f equal to 0, 2 and 3. So what is the value at 0 and at 2 and at 3? Check, because it's a closed interval. So when we have to talk about minimum or maximum values in the closed interval, then we have already discussed we have to check at endpoints as well. That's why we are checking here at endpoints. So out of these three, what is the minimum value? Minus 39. The maximum value of this is, here no interval is given, so we have to find just like that the way we do. First derivative, equate with 0, critical points, put the values in second derivative. It is coming less than 0, so point of local maxima, and find the maximum value. It is 4 by 27. The least value means minimum value. F dash x, f double dash x. Equate first derivative with 0, find the critical point x equal to 0 and find the critical point value of second derivative at that critical point. It is coming as 2, so it means it's a point of local minima and the minimum value is 2. So students, now please try these questions yourself as well. Keep watching my videos and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you don't miss any of our video. Thank you very much.